Hello, everyone. So I realize that the words behind me are backwards, but maybe most of you can kind of get the drift and figure out that it says CBD oil for type 2 diabetes. So we are going to talk a little bit about that tonight, just a quick little snippet on a few notes that I took. And then I'll kind of tell you a little bit about my personal experience with it. Hey, Miss Kayla, thank you for joining us. All right, so with type 2 diabetes, in this medical, I don't know what you'd call it, because people do use CBD oil for medicinal purposes, so I guess you could consider it medical. But basically, CBD oil has gained a reputation for a safe, non-psychoactive treatment for a range of health concerns. And one of those health concerns is diabetes. So diabetes involves diabetics suffering from irregular or unstable glucose levels, which can cause a huge array of serious life-threatening conditions. So not only do they have problems with their sugar, but it creates problems with their organs and things like that as well. Some life-threatening conditions of diabetes is heart and blood vessel diseases, nerve damage, stroke, kidney disease, and vision problems. So these are a lot of issues. Hey, Christy, thank you for joining. So conventional medicines for treatment tend to have unwanted side effects and often require additional meds to combat those side effects. So not only are diabetics taking medication for their sugar problems and their organ problems, but they're also taking medicines to combat those side effects of those medicines. So it's kind of a never-ending battle. It's crazy. And I'm speaking from experience because my husband is type 2 diabetic. So CBD oil for diabetes has been one of the most thoroughly researched areas of medicinal cannabis. So they've done a lot of research on the different health issues and things like that, but type 2 diabetes has been a big part of that research. Dr. Raphael McCullum, a research scientist out of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, points out that naturally occurring CBD receptors occur throughout the human body, from the brain and nervous tissues to the organs and immune cells. One of the organs where he found the receptors to be highly prevalent is the pancreas. The pancreas is the organ responsible for the production of insulin. CB1 receptors have been specifically found in the pancreas islet cells, the exact location where insulin is produced. So now it's not a thing that's set in stone that's saying that these receptors are specifically like in charge of producing insulin, but it's possible that these receptors may play a role in the insulin production. They're still researching this, so it's something that they'll find out in the future a little bit more on. So CBD for diabetes preliminary studies have been so successful and so promising that it's led experts to call on the DEA and National Institute of Health for increased research funding. So these experts, these researchers that are doing all this work have called on these big government agencies for more funding because the research is so promising. So if it wasn't promising, it would be dead in the water and we wouldn't be having these good effects with the CBD oil. More concrete evidence has been seen in CBD treating underlying medical conditions. So not only do we think that this could help with the production of insulin, but it's definitely been seen to help with underlying issues for diabetics. So some of these conditions are chronic inflammation related to obesity, the anti-inflammatory properties of, chronic inflammation related to obesity. Kayla, I don't feel smart. I'm just reading from my notes. The anti-inflammatory properties of CBD have long been known to directly combat glucose metabolic. I practiced this before I got on here. The glucose metabolic disorders and improve overall metabolism. Nerve damage is another problem that diabetics have, and CBD is a federally patented neuroprotectant, has been shown to reduce areas of dead tissue due to the lack of blood flow up to 30%. So CBD is already federally patented as a neuroprotectant. So that's amazing. So we're getting places. CBD oil is not guaranteed solution for all diabetics, but many diabetics find it therapeutic because it does help with those symptoms. So in my personal research and experience, and I can speak from experience because my husband is type 2 diabetic, it has helped my husband lower his blood sugars. So even though he was on all these medications to lower sugars, it wasn't really being lowered. And then adding the CBD oil to his medicine regimen already lowers his sugars. I think that we're down to about 40 points lower than he was. Actually, it may be 60 now. I know it's a lot. And it's calmed his restless legs, so he doesn't have that near as much. It's helping to regenerate that dead tissue. And it has sped up his metabolism. So if you guys have any questions at all on CBD oil and type 2 diabetes, I'll be more than happy to research it for you and get you the information. I appreciate you guys hopping on here and checking this out with me tonight, and I will talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye. I don't know why my finish button never works.